Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine for a moment that you held a meticulously detailed map for every single piece of information you ever searched for. But not just a map of static facts, right? Picture a vibrant, living guide to the entire landscape of knowledge, complete with its hidden paths, its major landmarks, and even the diverse communities of people who live and breathe that knowledge every single day.
Yeah, absolutely.
In our incredibly information-rich world, simply searching for a few keywords or just typing a quick query into a search bar, well, it often isn't enough anymore.
Oh, really? No.
We need a far more sophisticated compass, don't we? A way to truly navigate, not just, well, stumble around.
That comprehensive guide you're envisioning is, in essence, the powerful promise of knowledge organization. And the concept we're diving deep into today, domain analysis, it really emerges as a primary foundational tool to make that vision a reality. So our mission today is to embark on, an extensive deep dive into what domain analysis truly is, why it's so incredibly crucial in this age of constant information overload, and importantly, how it can be applied to an incredibly diverse range of fields, particularly its transformative power for, say, SEO professionals.
And for you, our listener, whether you're prepping for a big meeting, maybe rapidly catching up on a new field, or you're just endlessly curious about how the intricate world of knowledge truly works. Today, we're giving you a shortcut. This deep dive is designed to transform how you interact with information, helping you move from simply finding answers to truly understanding the underlying structure of pretty much any subject. So let's return to that powerful map analogy we started with. Think of domain analysis as the rigorous process of creating that meticulous living map of a specific area of knowledge. But here's the crucial twist that sets it apart, I think. It's not merely about cataloging existing information. It's so much more comprehensive, so much more insightful than just that. It's about understanding the very terrain of knowledge itself.
Precisely. In the field of information science, domain analysis is formally defined as the systematic study of specific areas of knowledge, which we refer to as domains, with the explicit goal of understanding how information is produced, how it's meticulously organized, effectively disseminated, and ultimately utilized within those particular areas.
Okay, so it's the whole life cycle.
Exactly, the whole life cycle. And this analysis goes profoundly deep, considering not just the surface-level data, but also the social, the historical, and the epistemological aspects of the domain.
Epistemological. Can you unpack that a bit?
Sure. When we say epistemological, for those maybe unfamiliar, we're talking about the study of knowledge itself, like how we acquire it, how we validate it, how we understand information, the very nature of what counts as knowing within that field.
Got it. So the philosophy behind the knowledge.
Exactly. And the ultimate objective of all this is to develop information systems that are not only more effective, but critically better suited to the actual evolving needs of their users.
Right.
This map, therefore, goes far beyond mere concepts and theories. It also meticulously charts the people who interact with that knowledge, their intricate relationships, and all the dynamic forces that shape that particular universe. Imagine a geographical map, but instead of charting rivers and mountains, you find the powerful currents of concepts, the towering peaks of foundational theories, the swiftly moving trends that carve new intellectual paths, and even the vibrant, interconnected communities that hold, nurture, and evolve that knowledge.
That sounds incredibly comprehensive. So if we're truly moving beyond mere keyword searches, which frankly many of us still rely on heavily, what kind of deeper, more fundamental questions does this approach allow us to ask? Questions we simply couldn't before. How does it fundamentally shift our investigative mindset from just searching for what to understanding the why and the how?
That's an excellent question. It shifts us from being mere collectors of data to becoming, true architects of understanding. Instead of just asking, what are the top keywords for this topic, we start asking things like, what are the foundational debates within this field? Or who are the influential voices that shape its direction? Or even, what is the implicit language that only insiders truly understand?
The jargon.
The jargon, the unspoken rules. To build such a comprehensive map, domain analysis considers several crucial aspects, each providing a unique layer of understanding. First, we meticulously examine concepts and fundamental theories. What are the central ideas that sustain this field? What foundational theories and core concepts form the bedrock upon which everything else is built? Identifying these elements isn't just about listing them. It's absolutely crucial for understanding the logical structure, the very skeleton of any domain. Without this, you're building on sand.
Makes sense.
Then, we meticulously track research trends. Where is the field heading right now? What are the burning, unanswered questions that are actively driving current research and innovation? Comprehending these trends allows us to anticipate future developments, spot emerging areas of interest, and identify truly promising avenues of investigation, even before they fully mature.
Yeah.
It's like seeing the direction of the wind before the storm hits.
Getting ahead of the curve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Next, we investigate communication patterns. How do the scholars, the practitioners, the experts within this domain share their ideas and discoveries? Which channels of communication are dominant? Is it traditional peer-reviewed journals, dynamic international conferences, maybe closed professional networks, public online forums, or something else entirely? Analyzing these patterns reveals not only how knowledge is formally disseminated, but also how it's collectively constructed, debated, and validated. Beyond that, we deeply examine social structures. Who are the recognized figures of authority, the thought leaders, the gatekeepers within this field? How is new knowledge validated and accepted? And significantly, who holds the power to influence the direction of future research or the adoption of new practices? Mapping these social structures helps us understand the often subtle yet incredibly powerful dynamics that shape the domain, revealing who truly drives its evolution.
And I found this next point to be incredibly insightful, especially for anyone trying to communicate effectively within a new or highly specialized field. Specialized language.
Yes.
Crucial. What is the specific, often nuanced terminology used in this field? How does this particular language reflect the core values, the shared beliefs, the internal priorities of the community? The language of a domain isn't just a collection of words, is it? It's a direct reflection of its identity and its particular worldview, its specific way of seeing, interpreting, and naming the world. It's like learning a new dialect, not just for communication, but for true comprehension.
Indeed. Couldn't have said it better. And finally, we delve into historical evolution. How has this field developed over time? Tracing its origins and key milestones. What events, discoveries, or, paradigm shifts were truly crucial in its trajectory.
Right. The backstory.
Exactly. Understanding this historical evolution provides a much deeper perspective on the current state of the domain, showing precisely how it arrived where it is today and what foundational ideas still influence it, maybe even subconsciously.
Yeah.
So by understanding these diverse elements from the abstract theories to the social dynamics, the specific language, and its history, you're not just getting a collection of isolated facts, you're truly grasping the entire intricate and interconnected ecosystem of a knowledge area.
Wow.
So at its core, domain analysis isn't just about what a field knows, but how it knows, who knows it, and why it matters. It provides a true 360-degree understanding that, frankly, no simple keyword search could ever offer. It's a holistic view that empowers genuine insight.
So, with this profound understanding of what domain analysis entails, what does this all mean for us, for you, the listener, in your professional and personal life? In a world literally flooded with information where every search yields a torrent of data, why is this deep understanding of a domain so incredibly vital? What are the concrete, tangible treasures this sophisticated map leads us to?
Right.
Because for a busy professional, what's the argument for going this deep when a quicker, albeit shallower approach might seem to yield some results faster?
That's a critical question, and the answer really lies in the profound difference between simply finding information and truly understanding it in context. The benefits are concrete and profoundly practical, directly addressing the challenges of our information-rich age.
Okay.
First, it's about filtering information overload. Are you tired of getting lost in mountains of irrelevant search results, desperately sifting through noise to find that nugget of gold?
Yeah.
Domain analysis helps you refine your searches with surgical precision, directing you to the most pertinent and reliable sources within a specific field. Think of it as having a highly trained, deeply knowledgeable librarian, not just pointing you to books, but curating the exact chapter you need. It drastically reduces the time spent on unproductive searching.
I like that analogy.
Second, it's invaluable for demystifying complex topics. If you're feeling overwhelmed by an intricate subject, perhaps a new area your company is moving into, domain analysis offers a clear, logical structure. It organizes and makes sense of complex information, transforming confusion into genuine comprehension. It provides the essential framework, the mental scaffolding, if you will, for understanding, allowing you to quickly grasp the big picture without getting bogged down by every single detail initially.
Right, seeing the forest for the trees.
Precisely. Third, it's a powerful tool for identifying knowledge gaps. Do you want to go beyond what's already known to innovate or to find new research opportunities? Domain analysis actively helps identify unexplored areas and unanswered questions within a domain, opening doors for new discoveries and crucial innovations. It shows you where the frontiers of knowledge currently lie, rather than just where the well-trodden paths are.
Interesting.
Fourth, it allows for understanding power dynamics. Are you interested in the forces that shape a field of study, perhaps in a competitive industry? It reveals the often hidden power dynamics at play, showing who influences decisions, who sets the agenda, and how knowledge is constructed and validated within that specific community. This insight can be crucial for strategic engagement, networking, or even anticipating market shifts.
And for anyone tasked with creating, building, or educating, whether that's a new product, a training program, or an entire digital platform, these next two benefits seem incredibly powerful. It helps in designing more effective information systems and educational programs.
Oh, absolutely.
If you need to create a system, a new database, or a comprehensive training program, domain analysis provides invaluable insights to design solutions that meet the specific needs and communication patterns of that domain, making information more accessible and learning far more effective. It ensures your system speaks the language of its users.
Absolutely. And that leads to the final point. It enables informed decision-making. If you're responsible for setting research priorities, allocating precious resources, or simply making strategic choices within a specific area, domain analysis offers a solid, evidence-based foundation for those decisions. It directs investments to areas of greatest potential and impact within that domain, minimizing risk and maximizing strategic advantage. It moves you from making, educated guesses to making truly informed, data-backed decisions.
To make this really concrete, let me give you an example directly from the source material itself, which truly highlighted the power and immediate applicability of this methodology for me. Imagine you have a brand new client and they sell regulated natural cannabis products. Now, let's say you know absolutely nothing about this topic, which is complex and heavily regulated, right?
Very complex.
But you're tasked with optimizing their entire digital project. Using domain analysis from the very start, you could proactively build a comprehensive map, a detailed schema of everything that involves the medicinal use of cannabis. This wouldn't just help you understand your client's service on a superficial level, it would fundamentally guide every aspect of your SEO project. From content creation that resonates deeply with the target audience, to establishing the precise list of terms to be used, to the crucial creation of a robust, client-approved taxonomy. This is what truly caught my attention about this methodology. It transforms what could be a complete blind spot into a strategic, well-lit advantage.
Therefore, in our practical context of work, the application of domain analysis empowers information professionals. And for me, an SEO specialist, particularly one focused on semantic SEO, can absolutely become one of these vital professionals to deeply understand specific needs and then develop solutions that promote truly efficient and effective access and use of information.
So it moves you beyond just reacting.
Exactly. It moves you from simply reacting to algorithmic changes or keyword trends to proactively shaping and optimizing the entire information landscape for long-term success. It means you're not just optimizing for the search engine, but optimizing for the human understanding that the search engine is trying to mirror. #tag3. What exactly is a domain? Unpacking the core concept in information science.
Before we venture even deeper with this powerful map, we need to clarify our fundamental landmark. We've been using the word domain a lot, but what exactly do we mean by domain when we talk about information science? It's more nuanced than it might initially sound, isn't it? It's not just like a topic.
Indeed, it's far more than just a topic. For information science, a domain can be understood quite broadly as a specific area of knowledge, a distinct discursive community, or even a particular field of professional activity.
Okay.
It represents a segment of reality that possesses its own distinct characteristics, its own unique and often specialized language, established practices, and specific communication structures. These specialized areas, which often arise from the division of labor in society, must be theoretically compatible or socially established to truly constitute a cohesive domain. For instance, medicine is clearly a well-defined domain, with its complex theories, its specialized practices, its precise terminology, and its regulated community. But on a much more relatable level, a hobby like, say, fly fishing, or perhaps even the passionate community around sustainable organic gardening, is also a domain.
Right, they have their own jargon, their own experts.
Exactly. Their own unique jargon, rituals, shared knowledge, and recognized experts among enthusiasts. It's fascinating to trace the historical context of the term, too. While domain analysis was certainly used in computing back in the 1980s, its meaning was somewhat different then. often focused purely on software reusability.
Oh, okay.
The approach we're discussing today, however, which really took hold in the 1990s and was championed by figures like Birger Hjørland, shifted towards a much more comprehensive sociological and epistemological study of language within specific groups and communities.
Right.
This highlights that domain analysis, in our context, is a powerful combination of sociological and epistemological strategies that truly emphasize the importance of understanding the subject knowledge from within. Understand not just the data, but the human interaction with that data, the culture of knowledge itself.
That's a vital distinction. So if a domain is this segment of reality with its own internal logic, is it a fixed, unmoving landscape, like an ancient monument, or is it something dynamic, constantly shifting and evolving beneath our feet, much like any living system?
That's a critical question, and it's definitely the latter. Domains are most certainly dynamic segments of reality, not static, unchanging entities.
Okay.
A domain inherently implies a theory that explains its nature, its functioning, its language, and so on. This theory typically originates from the academic community or the experts actively studying that subject, constantly trying to understand it, explain it, and define its ever-shifting boundaries.
Right.
To truly illustrate this dynamism, think about how the domain of technology has evolved dramatically, even breathtakingly, over just the last 50 years.
Oh, yeah.
From the very first personal computer, like the Altair 8800, emerging in 1974, a marvel of its time, to the groundbreaking Macintosh in '84 with its revolutionary graphical user interface.
Game changer.
Then the popularization of the World Wide Web in '94, the explosion of social media with Facebook in 2004, the dawn of the mobile era with the iPhone in 2007, the ubiquitous Internet of Things, IoT, around 2014, and now, well, generative AI absolutely dominating 2024.
It's dizzying.
It is. Can you imagine for a moment how profoundly the practices, the language, and the intricate relationships within that field changed? From rooms full of complex, often intimidating computers to today's intuitive interfaces we take for granted, the entire landscape has been reshaped again and again.
Totally.
And this profound dynamism is influenced by several interconnected factors. We see the development of new theories, which can fundamentally redefine the very boundaries and understanding of a domain, literally shifting the ground beneath our feet.
Right.
Then there's the evolution of professional practices, meaning significant changes in how work is done, what tools are used, and what skills are valued within the domain, forcing adaptation. Changes in social context also play a huge, often underestimated role, reflecting shifts in broader societal values, beliefs, and norms that influence both knowledge production and its acceptance and use. Crucially, scientific and technological advancements constantly bring forth new discoveries, new theories, and groundbreaking technologies, leading to the creation of entirely new subdomains, or even the merging of existing ones, blurring old lines.
And that point about the evolution of language and terminology within a domain really jumped out at me. Could you elaborate on why that's so fundamentally important? Especially when we think about its direct connection to SEO, it feels like the very heart of the matter.
It absolutely is the very heart of it for anyone trying to connect information with people. The evolution of language and terminology is paramount. New terms are constantly being created, old concepts are redefined with new nuances, and language adapts to new realities within the domain.
Yeah.
Think of terms like cloud computing or blockchain. They didn't exist in the same way 2 decades ago, but now they are foundational.
Sure.
This constant evolution also means that there's the influence of other domains, where interdisciplinary exchange leads to fascinating new research areas, merging concepts from previously separate fields.
Right, like bioinformatics or something.
Exactly. This constant flux, this dynamic interplay of forces, means our understanding of a domain is never truly finished. It's an ongoing process of discovery, a living, breathing map that requires continuous updates. That's why tools from library science, those rigorously developed controlled vocabularies and taxonomies, are so vital for mapping and maintaining updated domains in any field, ensuring consistency and accuracy in an ever-changing landscape.
Right. So for someone like an SEO professional, studying a client's domain, its evolving language, and its terminology allows us to go far beyond mere keyword research, which can often be just a snapshot of a fleeting moment.
Precisely.
We can create and continuously update a true semantic map of the collective knowledge within that area, guiding long-term SEO strategies, content development, site architecture, and so much more by understanding the very thought patterns and communication habits of the target audience.
Exactly. Recognizing this inherent dynamism allows us to develop more effective solutions. Flexible information systems that can adapt to change, knowledge organization tools that truly reflect these evolving structures, and significantly improve communication across teams and, importantly, with your clients. It's about building adaptable, future-proof systems for an ever-changing information landscape instead of constantly playing catch-up.
So if we accept that building this map is essential for deep understanding, how do we actually draw it? How do we go about creating this intricate, living guide to a specific domain? Fortunately, back in 2002, a prominent researcher named Birger Hjørland proposed 11 distinct approaches to analyze a specific domain. Think of this as a comprehensive toolkit, maybe a strategic playbook with 11 different compass settings for anyone wanting to truly map a field of knowledge effectively.
That's a great way to put it. A playbook. To help us understand this playbook, I'll walk through each approach, maybe grouped thematically, with a clear description and a concrete example, just as our author, Alexander Rodriguez Silva, did in his insightful deep dive.
Okay, great.
First, let's consider the approaches focused on understanding and organizing the information, artifacts within a domain. You know, the tangible expressions of its knowledge.
Right. The stuff.
The stuff, exactly. Number 1, production and evaluation of literature guides and thematic portals. This involves actively creating and critically assessing resources that help users navigate and efficiently access information within a domain.
Okay.
A great example would be developing a specialized online database for cutting-edge biotechnology articles, complete with advanced search filters for author, publication date, specific keywords, maybe even research methodologies. This is about making complex information discoverable and usable.
Got it.
2, production and evaluation of special classifications and thesauri. This focuses on developing highly precise classification systems and rigorously controlled vocabularies that are uniquely specific to a particular domain.
Like the medical example.
Exactly. For instance, creating a highly specialized medical thesaurus to accurately index and retrieve nuanced information in a complex digital health project, ensuring that terms like myocardial infarction are consistently linked to heart attack and their broader contexts. This ensures absolute precision in language and search.
Crucial.
3, studies of documents and genres in knowledge domains. This investigates the different types of documents and the unique genres that circulate within a domain, analyzing their specific characteristics, their typical uses, and their functions in communicating knowledge. For instance, analyzing the diverse document types in architecture detail floor plans, intricate technical drawings, descriptive memorials, legal specifications, modern electronic models, and so on. This helps you understand the native forms of communication and the inherent information structure within that field.
That makes perfect sense. The more specialized the field, the more precise and context-aware your understanding of its terminology and communication forms needs to be. It's really about speaking the domain's native tongue.
Absolutely. Now, let's move to approaches that zoom in on the people, communities, and systems driving the domain and how they interact with information, often focusing on human factors.
Okay, the human element.
Right. Number 4, research on indexing and information retrieval competencies in specialties. This means investigating the specific skills, knowledge, and challenges that professionals need to effectively index and retrieve information within a given domain. Imagine a study evaluating how effectively senior lawyers can use different legal databases to find relevant case precedents or statutory information, identifying common pitfalls and maybe best practices. It's about optimizing the search process for the user.
Okay.
5, knowledge of empirical user studies in thematic areas. This emphasizes deeply understanding and actively applying the results of real-world user research to develop more effective information systems.
So actually talking to people.
Exactly. An example would be a comprehensive survey conducted with civil engineers to identify their main information needs, the types of resources they commonly use, their preferred access methods, and any difficulties they face in accessing critical technical information. Then using that feedback to redesign a project management platform. It roots the analysis firmly in user experience, not just theoretical ideals. 6, studies of structures and institutions in scientific and professional communication in a domain. This analyzes the different mediating structures and institutions involved in scientific and professional communication within a domain. Think of research on the crucial role of research funding agencies in the development of science and technology in, say, Brazil, analyzing their specific programs, their rigorous evaluation criteria, and their profound impact on the trajectory of scientific production. It examines the entire infrastructure of knowledge sharing and its gatekeepers.
So it's not just about the information itself, but how real people interact with it, what their pain points are, and what systemic structures either help or hinder their access to it. That's crucial for practical application, isn't it?
Exactly. Now for our final group, those approaches that delve into the underlying philosophy, historical evolution, and analytical methods of the domain itself, providing a kind of meta-level understanding.
Okay, the deep background.
Right. Number 7, production and interpretation of bibliometric studies. This involves performing and interpreting detailed bibliometric studies to identify key trends, publication patterns, influential authors, frequently cited works, and other relevant information about the intellectual structure and dynamics of a domain.
Like mapping the citations.
Precisely. Think of analyzing scientific production in nanotechnology to identify key journals, leading authors, influential research institutions, and emerging subfields over time. This helps uncover the intellectual landscape and its evolution. 8. Historical studies of structures and services of information and domains. This concentrates on meticulously analyzing the historical organization and communication of knowledge within a domain. An example from the source is a study on the history of universities in Brazil, analyzing the evolution of their library services, their collection development policies, and their changing role in higher education, perhaps for the creation of a modern digital platform focused on the subject. History provides invaluable foundational context.
Absolutely.
9. Epistemological and critical studies of different paradigms, assumptions, and interests in domains. This is a more philosophical yet profoundly practical approach. It critically examines the different prevailing paradigms, the underlying assumptions, and the often unspoken interests that shapes knowledge production and dissemination within a domain. An example would be a critical analysis of theoretical approaches in psychology, say, contrasting cognitive behavioral therapy with psychoanalytic perspectives, considering the implications of each paradigm for both research design and clinical practice, and understanding their inherent biases or strengths. It delves into the very philosophical underpinnings and belief systems.
So it's not just what the information is, but how it's perceived, influenced, and even potentially biased by the prevailing mindsets and power structures within that domain. That's a very meta approach and incredibly insightful for truly understanding a field's intellectual DNA.
It is indeed. The 10th approach is knowledge of terminological studies, LSP, languages for specific purposes, and discourse analysis in knowledge fields. This focuses intensely on analyzing the specific terminology, specialized languages, and here, LSP refers to the highly specific jargon and linguistic structures used in fields like legal, medical, or engineering contexts, and the broader discourse within a domain.
Right, LSP.
A practical example is a detailed study on the language used in legal contracts, analyzing technical terms, specific grammatical structures, and discursive strategies to generate a rigorously controlled vocabulary for legal AI systems. This is where the specialized language gets put under the microscope, allowing for truly precise communication and information retrieval. And finally, the 11th approach is knowledge of methods and results of domain analysis studies on professional cognition, knowledge representation in computer science, and artificial intelligence. This explores the application of methods and techniques and lessons learned from other areas like cognitive science for domain analysis.
Okay, borrowing from other fields.
Exactly. For example, developing an advanced AI system to assist in the classification of complex legal documents, utilizing cutting-edge techniques from natural language processing and machine learning, drawing on how human experts naturally categorize information. This brings in cutting-edge technology to enhance our analytical capabilities, often by mimicking human expert thinking.
Wow, that's a lot. I know you're probably already having ideas on how to use some of these approaches in your own projects, right? It's like having a whole new set of tools for your intellectual toolbox.
Definitely.
The author of our source, Alexander Rodriguez Silva, shares a great anecdote here that really underscores the practical value. He mentions creating a controlled vocabulary for a complex legal project, which was incredibly difficult and consumed days and days of research.
Oh, I can imagine.
He realized afterwards that if he had known about domain analysis then, it would have saved him countless hours, provided crucial conceptual guidance, and resulted in a far more robust system that was missing at the time. It really puts into perspective the tangible benefits of this framework beyond just academic theory.
In essence, these 11 approaches offer a rich and comprehensive set of tools and perspectives for anyone undertaking domain analysis. What this playbook truly reveals is that how you investigate a domain dictates what profound insights you uncover. It transforms guesswork into a strategic, multifaceted investigation tailored to human needs. By considering the social, epistemological, and historical characteristics of each domain, you can contribute to developing more effective information systems that truly meet user needs and promote the advancement of knowledge. It's a truly holistic way to approach understanding information.
The power of domain analysis isn't confined to a single field, and it certainly isn't just for SEO. It's incredibly versatile, proving its worth in a surprising and diverse array of contexts. It's not just for the digital world, is it? It touches almost every corner of how we organize, access, and make sense of information.
Oh, absolutely not just digital.
The true magic here is realizing that whether you're cataloging ancient scrolls or optimizing a cutting-edge e-commerce site, the fundamental principles of understanding a domain remain the same, and they offer a strategic advantage you simply can't get any other way.
That's absolutely right. Domain analysis has profoundly universal applications across many different areas, demonstrating its foundational importance in knowledge management.
Like where else?
For example, in libraries, it's absolutely crucial for organizing vast collections, creating precise and intuitive catalogs and databases, developing effective reference services that anticipate user needs, and providing targeted training for users to navigate complex information resources. Without domain analysis, library collections would be, well, chaotic and difficult to use.
Sure.
In archives, it's indispensable for classifying and describing unique historical documents, preserving invaluable collections for future generations, and ensuring robust access to archival information. Imagine trying to find a specific historical letter without understanding the domain in which it was created, its political, social, cultural context.
Impossible.
Right. Museums also benefit immensely, using domain analysis for organizing engaging exhibitions that tell coherent stories, meticulously cataloging precious objects, and creating educational materials that truly resonate with their specific audiences by speaking to their current understanding. And of course, in digital environments today, it's more crucial than ever for developing sophisticated search systems that go beyond keywords, organizing vast amounts of online content, and managing information effectively on all sorts of digital platforms, from government portals to enterprise knowledge bases.
The author makes a great point here, which I think is vital for all of us, especially those of us who might be working in fields far removed from pure information science. Sometimes we encounter these scientific or academic methodologies and assume they lack practical application in our busy day-to-day work.
Right, they seem too theoretical.
Exactly. But the real work, the true skill, is in drawing insightful analogies between those theories and our professional practice. It's about bridging that gap between the academic and the actionable.
That's exactly it. The beauty of domain analysis lies in its incredible versatility. It's applicable to any domain of knowledge, no matter how specialized or niche you might imagine. From complex scientific fields like molecular biology, grappling with intricate biological systems, to a seemingly simple personal hobby like stamp collecting.
Stamp collecting?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
with its own specific taxonomies and historical data. Or even dynamic social movements like veganism, with its evolving language, values, and community structures. Domain analysis adapts seamlessly to every unique context and reveals its unique internal logic. Each domain, no matter how singular it may seem, possesses its own internal structure, its unique DNA, if you will, and its communities of discourse. These are groups of people united by a common interest, shared language, and specific ways of interacting within that domain.
Communities of discourse.
Yes. For example, climate scientists form one such community, sharing highly specialized knowledge, engaging in rigorous debate over new findings, and collaborating on global research initiatives. Likewise, enthusiasts of a specific video game constitute another community with their own particular slang, intricate lore, inside jokes, and established patterns of interaction both online and offline, often forming vibrant subcultures.
Right, like gamers.
Exactly. Understanding these communities of discourse is absolutely fundamental for effective domain analysis. By delving into the particularities of each community, how they communicate, what they value, who their influencers are, you can truly unveil their preferred communication methods, their underlying values, and critically, the specific ways they construct, validate, and share knowledge among themselves. This truly arms you with a powerful tool to unlock any area of knowledge you wish to explore, making you an expert navigator in an unfamiliar intellectual landscape.
And that's the ultimate key takeaway for you, our listener, I think. By adopting a systematic, comprehensive approach to domain analysis, you are equipped with a powerful tool to unravel the deepest layers of any knowledge area you wish to explore, whether it's for a new project, a personal interest, or professional development. Whether you are a librarian, an archivist, an information scientist, a database designer, a researcher, an educator, or even a policymaker, domain analysis offers a new, profound perspective for approaching the organization and utilization of knowledge. It's a lens that doesn't just show you information, it changes how you see and interact with it, empowering you to move from simply consuming to truly mastering information. Now, let's bring it all together and address the core questions that truly drove the author's exploration and perhaps your interest in this deep dive. How exactly does domain analysis help SEO professionals in their daily work? How does this academic rigor, this scientific methodology, translate into practical, actionable strategies for optimizing digital projects in a real-world, highly competitive environment?
Okay, let's tackle the first critical question. How does domain analysis help improve the processes of keyword research for projects? Primarily, it helps us comprehend the entire domain of the project we're optimizing, not just, a disparate list of words pulled from a tool.
Right, not just a spreadsheet.
Exactly. The author illustrates this perfectly. If you're tasked with optimizing a dental clinic's website, simply creating a list of 40 keywords and 20 generic texts isn't sufficient. Not for a truly deep, semantic, and future-proof approach anyway.
Okay.
You need to understand how the domain of dentistry functions, its specific and often complex language, the regulatory bodies that govern it, like national dental associations, the key terms used by both dental professionals and the patient seeking care, the common questions, the nuances of ethical communication. You need to meticulously document all of this research, essentially building a lexicon and a knowledge graph of the domain.
Right.
This deep dive into the domain allows for the generation and, crucially, client approval of a controlled vocabulary and a comprehensive taxonomy. These are the very foundations for a robust, adaptable, semantic SEO workflow. The author himself noted that before knowing about domain analysis, his initial keyword research method was far less structured and considerably more empirical, relying heavily on trial and error, which, while sometimes yielding results, was inefficient and prone to missing crucial insights.
That makes so much sense. It's about moving beyond just individual words to understanding the entire context, the network of meaning, and the community's communication patterns. So, with that kind of foundational understanding in place, how does this method specifically aid in building structured knowledge systems, which are becoming increasingly important for search engines and for user experience?
That leads us directly to the second question. How does domain analysis help in the construction of taxonomies or ontologies for optimized digital projects? For taxonomies, domain analysis is absolutely invaluable. Think of a taxonomy as a powerful hierarchical categorization, a bit like a well-organized folder system or a branching tree for all your concepts, allowing you to categorize information from broad to specific.
Okay, like biology classification.
Sort of, yeah. Domain analysis helps us identify the most important and relevant concepts within the project's domain, providing the essential base for the taxonomy structure. Beyond just identifying concepts, it crucially maps the logical relationships between these concepts, establishing a logical and coherent hierarchy.
Right.
This makes validating the taxonomy with subject matter experts, often the client themselves, who live and breathe this domain much simpler, because it aligns precisely with how knowledge is genuinely organized and understood in their field. It ensures that your organizational structure resonates with their expertise, making it intuitive and effective.
Makes client conversations easier, I bet.
Definitely. Now, while taxonomies are used in almost every project, ontologies are more complex and typically reserved for highly intricate projects. An ontology, however, goes significantly further than a taxonomy. It not only categorizes concepts, but also rigorously defines how these concepts relate to each other, their specific attributes, and the explicit rules governing their interactions and inferences. It's essentially building a full, interconnected blueprint of a knowledge system, including the inherent logic and relationships, not just a list or a hierarchy.
Wow, okay. More like a dynamic map.
Exactly. Domain analysis can be powerfully used to extract ontologies from various informational resources, from traditional texts and documents, and with modern tools, especially those based on natural language models, which are essentially advanced AI systems trained to understand and process human language.
Like ChatGPT and others.
Sort of, yes, the underlying tech. It can even extract from videos and audios now. Domain analysis is a powerful ally in knowledge representation, allowing for a structured and formal description of concepts, relationships, and rules within a domain. By considering terminology, processes, and interactions, it leads to the development of more complete, robust, and machine-readable ontologies. Furthermore, integrating domain analysis with ontology creation and sophisticated tools like Pool Party, which is a leading enterprise knowledge graph suite.
Pool Party.
Yeah, it helps organizations structure, manage, and extract insights from their vast information assets. Integrating DA with these tools enables the integration of data from different, disparate sources. This leads to remarkably robust information retrieval tools that can serve an entire organization, not just a single project, by creating a unified understanding of all its data.
That's incredibly powerful, especially for larger organizations grappling with vast amounts of disparate data, trying to make sense of it all and leverage it strategically. So beyond just the content and the structure, how does domain analysis contribute to the very foundation of how we work, helping to build more resilient and effective processes within teams and organizations?
That addresses the third question. How does domain analysis serve as a methodological basis for building more robust work processes? Consider a very practical example, an internal search tool created for a large company. This tool meticulously mapped all employees, their professional and academic backgrounds, and every single project they participated in, including their specific role and contributions in each.
Wow.
This comprehensive understanding allowed the tool to then suggest ideal work partners for a new project, connecting people based on a deep, comprehensive understanding of their collective knowledge, skills, and past experiences, going far beyond just looking at job titles.
That's smart.
This wasn't achieved by magic. It was by generating an ontology where each employee was an entity, with their projects, qualifications, and skills meticulously connected and mapped through a rigorous domain analysis.
Okay.
This clearly demonstrates how domain analysis can provide the underlying methodology for sophisticated internal knowledge management systems that don't just organize information, but actively streamline operations, foster dynamic collaboration, and unlock hidden expertise within an organization, leading to significantly more robust and efficient work processes.
Okay, let's address a common point of potential confusion. Some people, especially those in tech or software development, might hear domain analysis and think of something slightly different, a concept they're already familiar with. It's important to make a clear distinction, right, between the information science approach we've been discussing and what's known as domain modeling in software engineering.
Yes, that's a crucial clarification to make, as the terminology can indeed be misleading. While both approaches certainly aim to understand a specific domain, they have crucial differences in their objectives, their underlying methods, and their ultimate applications.
Okay.
Domain analysis, as proposed by Birger Hjørland within information science, CI, focuses intently on understanding the social, ecological, and content-oriented nature of knowledge within a domain. Its primary objective is to thoroughly analyze how knowledge is produced, organized, disseminated, and utilized within a specific area, always considering its rich social, historical, and epistemological aspects. It's about a deep, holistic comprehension of the information ecosystem itself.
Right, the bigger picture.
Exactly. In contrast, domain modeling is a process commonly used in software engineering. Its purpose is to create an abstract representation of a problem domain, but specifically for the purpose of building software.
Ah, okay. Goal-oriented for coding.
Precisely. Its objective is to identify concepts, entities, relations, and behaviors that are directly relevant to and can be implemented within a software system. Essentially, domain modeling typically results in diagrams and models, like UML, the Unified Modeling Language, or ERD, entity relationship diagrams. These are visual tools used to structure software design, almost like architectural blueprints for code.
Okay.
These models serve as a foundational blueprint for the design and implementation of software systems, focusing on functionality and system behavior.
So to really break that down and highlight the distinctions, let's look at a quick comparison. For primary goal, domain analysis in CI aims to comprehend the very nature of knowledge in a domain,
Right.
while domain modeling explicitly seeks to represent the domain for software development and system building.
And when it comes to their focus, CI's domain analysis looks at the social, historical, and epistemological aspects of a domain, the broader context of knowledge itself. Domain modeling, on the other hand, zeroes in on concepts, entities, relations, and behaviors that are directly implementable and relevant to building a software system.
Their methods also differ significantly. CI uses a diverse array of methods, including document analysis, bibliometrics, epistemological studies, which we discussed in detail with Hjørland's 11 approaches.
Mhm.
Domain modeling primarily uses diagrams and visual models like UML or ERD to construct its representations.
And finally, their applications diverge. Domain analysis in CI is applied in broad areas like knowledge organization, information retrieval, and the general development of effective information systems. Domain modeling is specifically for software engineering and system design, serving as a direct precursor to coding. The confusion often arises, as the author points out, with the term entities. Domain modeling's objective is to identify concepts and entities, which sounds similar to what we discuss in CI when we talk about mapping core concepts.
Right.
However, the concept of an entity differs for each approach in software. It's essentially a data construct. In CI, it's more of a conceptual unit of knowledge. For SEO professionals, the author proposes unequivocally utilizing the information science approach to domain analysis because it aligns with a deeper, more semantic understanding of knowledge, of user intent, and of content relationships, which is precisely what modern search engines are striving to understand.
That makes sense.
It's worth noting, though, that despite their differences, domain analysis and information science can provide a tremendously valuable foundation for domain modeling in software development projects.
So they can work together.
Absolutely. It offers crucial insights into the intrinsic structure of knowledge, the specialized terminology, and the specific needs of users within a domain. These insights can inform the software design process, helping to create systems that are not only functionally robust, but also deeply aligned with how users actually understand and interact with the information, even if the ultimate goals of the two analyses are distinct. So they're complementary, perhaps, but distinct in their primary intent.
The beauty of domain analysis truly lies in its incredible versatility. It's not just for complex academic fields or sophisticated SEO strategies. It's a powerful and adaptable tool applicable to any domain of knowledge you can possibly imagine. It truly is a universal lens for understanding.
Absolutely. From highly specialized scientific disciplines like molecular biology, grappling with the most intricate processes of life, and information science itself, which studies how knowledge is organized, to more personal hobbies such as stamp collecting.
Still find that one fascinating.
With its own specific taxonomies and historical data, yes. And even to dynamic social movements like veganism, with its evolving language, values, and community structures, domain analysis adapts seamlessly to every unique context. It reveals the unique internal logic and DNA of each, no matter how singular or niche it may seem. Each domain, no matter how singular, possesses its own internal structure, its unique DNA, and its communities of discourse. These are groups of people united by a common interest, shared language, and specific ways of interacting within that domain.
Right, those communities again.
For example, scientists dedicated to the study of climate change form a distinct and influential community of discourse. They share highly specialized knowledge, engage in rigorous debate over new findings and methodologies, and collaborate on global research initiatives, all within their specific communicative framework. Similarly, enthusiasts of a specific video game also constitute a vibrant community, with their own particular slang, intricate lore, inside jokes, and established patterns of interaction both online and offline, often forming robust subcultures that generate a wealth of information.
Yeah, totally.
Understanding these communities of discourse is absolutely fundamental for effective domain analysis. By delving into the particularities of each community, how they communicate, what information channels they prioritize, what values underpin their discussions, who their influencers are, we can truly unveil their preferred communication methods, their underlying values and belief systems, and critically, the specific ways they construct, validate, and share knowledge among themselves.
And that's the ultimate key takeaway for you, our listener, isn't it? By adopting a systematic, comprehensive approach to domain analysis, you are equipped with a powerful tool to unravel the deepest layers of any knowledge area you wish to explore. Whether it's for a new professional project, a burgeoning personal interest, or for continuous professional development, domain analysis offers a new, profound perspective for approaching the organization and utilization of knowledge. It's a lens that doesn't just show you isolated pieces of information, it changes how you see and interact with it, empowering you to move from simply consuming information to truly mastering its underlying structure and dynamics. It makes you a true cartographer of knowledge. #outro. Wow, what an absolutely fascinating deep dive. We've journeyed through the intricate and incredibly powerful world of domain analysis, from its foundational origins in information science to its practical, transformative applications across so many diverse fields.
It's been great.
We've seen how it serves as an indispensable living map, helping you navigate information overload, demystify even the most complex topics, and even build more robust, intelligent workflows in your own field.
Indeed. We explored Birger Hjørland's 11 powerful and distinct approaches to systematically analyze any domain, saw how this methodology directly impacts everything from more effective semantic keyword research to building complex, interconnected knowledge systems like taxonomies and ontologies.
Right.
We also clarified its unique, deep position compared to the more system-focused domain modeling. The ultimate takeaway, I think, is that domain analysis is your invaluable ally. It's a fundamental approach that contributes significantly to the intelligent organization, efficient access, and truly effective use of information across diverse knowledge areas, allowing you to develop systems and services that genuinely meet the evolving needs of your clients and their clients in turn. It's really about building bridges of understanding.
So, thinking about all this, given that domains are inherently dynamic and constantly changing, what current unmapped domain or emerging community of discourse do you think is most ripe for a deep dive right now?
That's a great question.
And how might understanding its unique language, its evolving structures, and its specific community dynamics fundamentally redefine its future trajectory? It's a truly thought-provoking question to chew on, maybe.
It really is.
We highly recommend you explore the original article, Analysis de Dominio no SEO blog Semantico by Alexander Rodriguez Silva, and Hjørland's seminal work, Domain Analysis in Information Science, if you want to take your own deeper dive into this fascinating topic.
Definitely worth checking out.
Until next time, keep digging, keep questioning, and keep exploring.